Okay. So, lovely ladies of the Intergalactic Council of Three, welcome to our first live transmission. And we thought, we all agreed that we would just use our first transmission to introduce ourselves to the world, and get to know each other better, and to sort of set out there for the universe what our intentions are for this fabulous Intergalactic Council of Three transmission series. So who would like to start? I'll start. Okay, I'll start. So I'm Claire Taylor Powell. My spirit name is Aurora Heavenly Stella, and I've been thinking about doing something like this for the last couple of years, predominantly as a means to share in the experiences of incarnating on this planet, which is weird enough at the best of times, but is getting decidedly weirder as each day goes on, to build a sort of a global community. Not that we have to belong to it, just to sort of just put it out there and help each other to make sense of what's going on, and to maybe find a way to thrive in this weird time rather than just survive. And what was coming through to me very much on my sort of journey over the last 56 years on the planet was that I have realized in equal measure that I both don't belong anywhere, but that I have a great desire to belong. And I have bounced my entire life through trying to belong, and then realizing I don't belong and I hate it, and then backing out, and then thinking, oh no, I do want to belong to something, and then belonging to something else, and then thinking, oh God, no, this is hideous. And I finally got to a place where I neither need to belong or not belong. I'm not actively looking for a tribe to belong to, nor am I looking to actively recruit a tribe of people like me, because I realized finally that I am the only thing that I need to belong to. And because I feel complete, I feel completely whole, I feel completely connected to everything, like that sort of, classic quantum holographic thing. And I just want to hang out with people who are having similar experiences, similar realizations, and are juggling and balancing this amazing life we lead, where we've got one foot in the rather conventional third dimensional vibration, and one foot definitely not in that place, in a very weird intergalactic quantum spiritual, if you want to say it, or spirit level, ethereal, multidimensional space. And we know that the two exist absolutely brilliantly within and next to and on top of and underneath each other. It's just trying to find a way to thrive in both senses. That's my aspiration. And I just wanted to chat about it and share stories with people and hopefully laugh a lot, because you can see I'm taking this very seriously. We both are taking it very
so
seriously.
serious. You gotta be really serious about it.
Yeah, just got so excited, you just fell off the spirit card.
He's dancing.
It was just about hanging out with like-minded energies, illumined beings such as we are, and just having a hoot, and hopefully sharing some top tips, as I said, for thriving and not just surviving, and for actually enjoying our time on this planet rather than trying to beat a hasty retreat off this bloody planet and get back to some sensibility, out there somewhere. But no, you know what? We're here, and let's have a hoot. Let's enjoy it. So that's me. That's why I am here on the Intergalactic Council of Three. Over to you.
That was beautiful, Claire.
That was great.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Lonnie.
Claire has a way with words. What can
Doesn't she? I know. I love the way she speaks.
Well, I was thinking the thing that came to mind for me is we all met in a very non-starseed type of event, so to speak. We had like a 3-day conference. And I like to say too, it was very Tony Robbins-esque. And I've never been to something like that. Very 3D in ways. And I think the beauty of it is exactly what Claire said. It brought that out in us because we needed to be there to have that, some of that aspect of business minded for the missions that we all feel very heart-centered, focused on. So we needed a bit more 3D of kind of seeing where we're at with it. But in the meantime, we got to meet each other through this, jolt of, wanting to leave, as Claire said, going, I don't want to be here. What is happening? And feeling like for the first time in a while too, as we feel whole and complete as who we are and what we're doing, is feeling like an outsider again, feeling like we didn't, connect in some way to the message or whatever was going on, the music, the lights, whatever it was. But then in that, we had that beautiful exchange between the three of us, not together and then together. And I think it just reminded me so much, and Claire's, statement and mission that we have for this is that we are so connected and that we no longer have to feel separated and different and know that we are unique, but we have that peace for each of us. And the more we express ourselves and what we're doing day to day, the more we are remembering. Because I know for me now, it's like that, it is all about unity and unity consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm so glad to be a part of this, team, and to learn and grow and tell you more about myself as we go.
Fabulous, Lani. Absolutely fabulous, my darling. And I will never forget when we three sat together and laughed all night after that conference.
Oh my gosh. Was that not the best? Like, just the light that came from everybody in that table, but just us three together. It's incredible when you have light beings together and just resonate in such, a beautiful way. And it's rare. It's rare to have that. I mean, you might bump into some people along your path, but to actually have a group of people that are shining just as bright and just want to have a joyful, good time. Yeah, it's like I feel so blessed to be with you girls. It's amazing.
And we couldn't get away. Like, we tried to get a photo of the three of us, and photo bombing was
I know, everybody.
I could have killed them all very happily and got photograph.
I know. That was a great laugh though as well. But I feel like that's what it's about too, is just bringing laughter and joy in a lot of this. Everybody has their own path and their own mission, and not being judgmental, but it's very serious. It's very like, I have this path, and it can be very lonely. There's many times where I've felt very serious and very lonely, but I feel when you step into the joy of it and the community and the unity aspect of it, that there's so much love. And that's really, I feel deep down inside that's what it's about. And that's what's going to grow a lot faster than doing it on your own and doing it very serious. So, and that's what I really am putting into this. And that's my little seed.
Oh, I love it.
And I'm just looking at your hair.
I know.
I feel very Star Trek.
So I was out
here.
at the Halloween store.
Yeah, I feel very Star Trek. Like I'm trying to be like, this is the modern Starseed over here.
Starseed are like Andromeda. Like it's not like.
Yeah, you're definitely doing sort of Star Trekky.
Yeah, there you go. You're like a Jedi.
Yeah, you are the Jedi.
I'm trying to bring the modern,
Honey, you're so dang cute.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute her now. I'm going to take her off the whole screen because she's far too beautiful and far too cool.
I think that's the first time I've been called cool, Claire.
Well, darling,
see, that's why we're here too.
Don't get over yourself, because look who's calling you cool. I mean,
Claire, I'll try not to fill up my screen now.
Right.
I don't think a compliment on cool from me is anything really to sort of scream about. But hey, you never know. Grab them where you can. So
it's all about the glasses. It's all about the glasses.
I know. I'm gonna just. Oh, There we go. Oh, no, I'm going to put them back on, actually.
There
That's
she
much
is.
better. I'm going to put my glasses back on. That was too scary for words.
You don't need to see us.
Shall we start with a question of the day?
Yes.
Laurie, in your singing bowl. Did you bring your singing bowl?
Yes.
And would you
I did.
And when you draw one, will you give us a nice sounding of the bowl when you declare the question?
We're going to let can you hear that?
Not quite. Can you get closer to the mic?
Here, I'll let you see it.
Yeah, Claire.
That'll do it. That'll do it. I could get a little bit, but I don't think my mic's too great. Okay, fabulous.
All right, let's see. What's the singing bowl one to ask? Let's see. The first question. As starseeds, we are likely to have past lives in Atlantis and Lemuria. Do you feel?
Well, that is an interesting one to me, because of all the people I meet who are like-minded with us, who feel definitely not sort of, unconventional, on the periphery of conventional society, and who are not really subscribing anymore to the 3D frameworks, I think without exception, everybody I've spoken to feels like they have a connection with Atlantis or Lemuria. Mm-hmm. And I wondered if that was like a default thing, that people incarnating now on the planet that shall we say, feel more starseedy than earthy. Do you think we all came through Atlantis? Is that why we've come back now? I know I've had other lifetimes in between, but do you think that's a sort of a factor that unites us all in that regard, or is that just coincidence? Not that we believe in coincidence, obviously.
I do believe that we all come in soul groups and in lifetimes. Yeah. So with working with past lives, you have a lot of people that come in and have different incidences, and they all come in a different, let's say, like Lemurian. There is a cluster of Lemurian right now. And I really do feel like a Lemurian is somewhat attached to the Egyptian time as well. Yeah. So there's like this faded kind of blur between the two, that there's that link that connects. And I myself feel like I'm part of all of that as well. So yeah, I do feel that we're somehow, some way related in that. I don't know if it's a frequency, if it's bringing it back, but I really do. I feel it.
Lonnie, do you too?
100%. For me, Lemurian connection and Egyptian strong. I can't really say in this now moment with Atlantis, but in saying that, I feel like connecting with that is helping us all remember more of who we are in our abilities. So telepathy, and all these different, things that we came to use again in our full, embodiment. And I feel like that's part of the reason why we're remembering those aspects of our lives, and why we have that connection to the ones who have come here, you know what I mean, to kind of start waking everything up and be light workers and way showers. Step into the abilities, now, and start, building on that. That's my kind of what I feel.
No, that's how I feel too. It's really similar.
So did Lemuria come after Atlantis? So once Atlantis sank, and I do believe I have an apology to make, because I'm pretty certain I was one of the abusers of the power of Atlantis, because I've had a theme of playing with power, abusing personal power, giving it away in equal measure. So I have a very strong sense that I somehow was going through my, let's abuse my power thing in Atlantis. So did Lemuria come out of Atlantis, or is it the other way around? What's your understanding of that?
I've heard different stories, but what I feel is that Lemuria came out of Atlantis. Yeah. And then I feel like I almost feel like Lemuria and Egypt were almost the same time.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if, you know, but then again, what is time? But I mean, in that level of frequency, if I feel it's almost around the same time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. Lani, does that ring true for you?
I looked into it and different things, and I feel with Lori, like there's so many people that feel a certain way, and I think whatever you feel, because we're only remembering bits and bobs, you know what I mean, of things. So I think when I read stuff, it's like if it resonates with me, it resonates.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten stuck into the history of it.
Yeah.
Because when I was kind of looking at it, it didn't really, you know what I mean? It didn't really connect for me completely. So I tend to be that type of person that unless I feel it, I just kind of move forward.
Yeah.
So, there's so much controversy around it.
And I wonder if like more of the Atlantis time was like a different Earth. You know how the Earth goes through different frequencies, and I wonder if it was a different Earth dimension. Yeah. Like frequency. Because that's where we're heading to now, is a different frequency. So, and that's why people don't quite know time-wise where that is, because it doesn't quite resonate with the 3D.
I'm with you on that. I think there's a definite, my experience is there's the people who feel very much part of Atlantis and the downfall, and then not Lemuria, but then skipping into Egypt, because I don't have a resonance with Lemuria, but I have a massive resonance with Atlantis and then Egypt. So I wonder that I sort of, you know, went to the Egypt line from Atlantis, but bypassed Lemuria. But
now, do you feel that people of the Atlantis time were the ones that helped out the Egyptians, or do you feel like it was the Lemurians that helped out more of the Egyptians?
My sense is I think what you said about Lemuria and Egypt sort of happening in parallel lines, and that there was, you know, some overlap for sure, and even maybe some consecutive lifetimes from Lemuria to Egypt and you know, back to front. But I feel that Lemuria and Egypt are sort of in parallel paths, but Atlantis preceded both, because of the I pick up from people who resonate with Lemuria more than Atlantis is not the same as the people I meet who pick up mostly with Atlantis. There's a power thing going on with people who identify with Atlantis, and there's a softer feel about people who seem to identify with Lemuria. So that's just my sort of observations, but I've always been quite intrigued by it.
It is.
I just find it very fascinating. And talking of frequencies and completely changing the subject, as we will want to be, what have you heard? The Schumann resonance. You know, the Earth has been resonating at something like 7 megahertz forever, since we've started measuring it as humans. And then recently, and I don't know if that is recently in years or recently in months, it's gone up and it's peaked at somewhere like 49, 50 hertz. I mean, it's just spiking.
I hadn't heard this.
Massively. And there's a bit of sort of, you know, head scratching as to why would the frequency of the Earth in the scientific community suddenly change like that. Now, obviously, we have our own ideas on that.
Or maybe it's the shift into the fourth dimension. We're reaching there.
It is. That's what I think. And I think that's why it feels so chaotic and unstable on the planet, because because the Earth resonance is shifting. There is a partial consciousness shift on a more aware level, but there's an awful lot of people who are not yet fully aware, awakened, whatever, and they're just feeling this shift going on literally beneath their feet, and they can't tune into it because it seems to be so polarized, so extreme. All the behavior of the human aspect of us on the planet is just it's mad, isn't it? Nuts.
Well, and I feel that it's resonating, you know, people like mentally, but I really feel like our bodies are showing the stress of it. You know, that's why all these autoimmunes are coming out. So a lot of in the 3D form, but your body is resonating. So if you're not keeping up with the frequency, it's almost like your body's trying to say, catch up. We need you need to move. And I've been through that, and I've helped a lot of people through that too, with, you know, food allergies and, you know, trying to even, I mean, people don't even know, like, thought becomes things, like basic, like,
spot on,
you know, laws, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just trying to, you know, being a starseed, I feel like that's what it's about. Just kind of planting seeds here and there, you know, not really changing people, but just planting a seed and seeing what happens when they decide to plant it themselves and nourish it themselves.
Yeah.
You can't change anybody unless they really want that. You know,
Sure.
even though they feel they need to change, they have to do it on their own. It's the free will. It's the free will.
Yeah.
Until they shine the light on themselves. There is no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
I know we can speak for ourselves too, because I know I was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I heard stuff, I saw things, and unfortunately, until it hits you,
Yeah.
okay. But I feel like with Earth, like with Gaia, you know what I mean, rising, and the connection I think starseeds also have to the whole idea of not feeling connected to Earth, but the opposite too, of connecting in a way always outside.
Yes.
Always in nature.
Yeah.
Always, you know, going to certain specific parts of the Earth, knowing or not knowing, to connect to that, right? To connect to that history. And I feel like recently for me, just the connection with Earth alone, there's so much coming from it with this arising.
Yeah.
And I think it's so beautiful because, you know, all of the past life, everything is coming back in this frequency to help us remember. So I find myself like, and that's the thing, spending so much time outdoors more than indoors. It's like I get that balancing act where sometimes I'm outside tons and other times I'm inside, and then that balances. But I feel like that's another thing, is being outside is so important for our soul, for Gaia, for everything.
Yeah. I think that is the perfect place to start. Just try to reconnect with the planet.
Yes.
Sure. And then things start to make sense. But it's the dislocation that is just so startling and leads to people feeling utterly on their own and alienated. You know, not necessarily starseeds, but just humans, the human aspect of ourselves. Just the disconnect is quite shocking to the system, isn't it? Mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, for sure. Brilliant. So, I have an oracle card here. Shall we do an oracle card to see?
Please.
Now, we have Angels of Atlantis, Galactic Heritage, or Keepers of the Light.
Ooh, Galactic Heritage would be great since we had the conversation of it.
Nani, does that go? Can you see that? Probably the light shining a bit.
Possibly do one card from Atlantis, because I feel like after speaking of that.
Oh,
there you go.
Yes. Okay. So we'll start with Galactic Heritage, because that's sort of where we feel most homely.
Wait, I'll put on my hood.
Since I got dressed, since I got dressed for the occasion.
Absolutely.
We all did.
Absolutely. Oh, one's just shot out completely. Oh, okay. I'll have to take my glasses off. God, put those on now. Right. So we have now Shamanic Journey.
Ooh.
Whale. Now, and it's parallel. So and of course I've been thinking of Jan the Dolphin Man very much in terms of having him as a guest soon. And he's very much into cetaceans and all of the magic that comes from dolphins and whales. So that sort of isn't a surprise that that's come up. So may I read Shamanic Journeys to take a whale. Shamans teach us to navigate through our deepest unconscious in order to confront our shadows and release stagnant beliefs and habits, creating profound transformation. Whale consciousness, which is connected to Sirius. Yay! Let's hear it for Sirius and my dog down there. Because that is I think that's my closest home to Earth, Sirius. Anybody else got a closest planet to home?
I was like, serious connection, yes.
Really?
Right.
Very serious. I got
Very
a fantastic cartoon on that. Laurie, where's your immediate
Syrian, but Palladian.
You're Palladian. Okay.
I don't know if I've really figured that out, to be honest, that whole where I've originated mostly or anything. Yeah.
I know I've come to Sirius here.
Yeah, I only say that because I've had like visitations to like in dream worlds and stuff there. So yeah. I don't know if that's where I'm from, but that's where I resonate right now.
Yeah. Like, well, that could have been where you were before here, or where you spent a lot of your lifetimes. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be the only one, but plenty of them.
Exactly.
So whale consciousness, which is connected to Sirius, let's hear it for Sirius, is shamanic in nature. When we work with it, we must look to the mirror and see the false self. Whales are providing this service on a large scale for Earth at this time, but in a very subtle way and mostly through dreams. Laurie. Mm-hmm. You've pulled this card because you have a connection with whale consciousness, now or in the past, and it is calling to you once again. Whale consciousness connected to Sirius represents group consciousness. Each whale is actually a group unified field, like a group of souls. They swim in the deep waters of Earth as a symbol of the deep unconscious, in which our true identity as unified beings dwells. They serve as a reminder that we too are part of a unified existence beyond our limited lives as humans. Whales are the first group species that humans encounter before we become a galactic species. As humans adjust to the whale consciousness and open themselves to what it represents, we prepare ourselves to acknowledge our own true state of unity. Because Earth is going through a powerful transition in consciousness now, whale consciousness guides us through a transition from polarity and fragmentation to unity and oneness. And I just remind my honourable friends, hey first, of how we started our conversation tonight, about feeling whole, and it's all about unity. Awesome. And the cat's come, so cat knows. If this card came up, if this card came up in your spread, then some part of your being is accessing this whale consciousness to help your spiritual growth and heal the fragmentation within you. This card is called Shamanic Journey because whenever you use the energy of the deep unconscious and are moving toward profound integration and transformation with the help of interdimensional guides, it is indeed a shamanic journey, one filled with shifting realities, changing paradigms, and magical potential. If you wish, hold the image of a whale before sleep and ask for whatever guidance can be shared with you at this time, and pay attention to your dreams.
I love it. That's a great one.
That was just what we.
I'll be writing that in the comments later. What dream came up out of that one?
Please do. Please do. We can definitely have a dream thread running through, can't we? So.
It would be novels long.
Yeah.
Pages and pages.
Try and praise it. Lani, do you want to say stop?
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Stop.
Angels of Atlantis, Archangel Gabriel, and inspiration.
Of course.
Archangel Gabriel is known as the divine messenger. Little message for us. Gabriel wants you to know that you have been too busy and wishes you, oh sorry, that's balance. My mistake. Inspiration.
That was just the undertone.
No,
exactly.
That was a message.
That's the subconscious parallel bloody message. Inspiration. Oh, this is better. Take a deep breath and visualize your breath force as a beautiful blue light filling you. Gabriel will guide you to connect with the flow of the universe with God's breath. When flow occurs thus, Gabriel removes the tensions and holding points that have prevented you from creating love and joy in your life. Inspiration means to be influenced by the divine, and if you can take several moments to enjoy Gabriel's breath as your breath, relaxation will abound and creative ideas will swiftly flow into your consciousness. Therefore, allow stillness to facilitate the flow. Pushing doesn't allow, it merely creates resistance. Chant Ra Amen 3 times for the channel of angelic inspiration to remain open and yet protect yourself with a golden light around your aura as you move through the business of life. Thereby you will protect the exquisite vulnerability of your soul's truth. Ra Amen. Ra, amen. Ra, amen. Which, if you ask me, has very much an Egyptian theme. Bear in mind, we've just been talking about Egyptian and Ra. There you go. How about that?
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It was very cool. I love it.
So we've probably only got about a couple of minutes left on this recording. So do you want to wrap it up for now? And
yeah, that was beautiful.
Come back next week.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So any last thoughts? Laurie, anything you'd like us to work with intuitively for our onward journeying as the Intergalactic Council of Three and ourselves and our little collective?
The cards said it all, right? I mean, let's focus on, do the dream, think of the whale before bedtime, and then chant the Ra, amen, and see what kind of happens through the week and see what we can bring next week.
Brilliant.
Through dreams, through, physical, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Let's do that with our focus. Lani, anything intuitively from you that we can take with us?
I think just to add to Laurie's is, just see connection that's all around.
Yeah.
And to see your abilities, whatever is coming online for you, as being your truth.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so easy to connect, with the outside and with what's out there in media and think that you're weird and all of that, but see it as you and your beauty. So that's all I'll add.
Wonderful. And we invite all of the star seeds and energy light beings and galactic guides and all of our friends out there, human and non-human, to contribute to our collective, our council, to write comments on Facebook, if they want to subscribe to our YouTube channel and just join the conversation, join the evolutionary kick-starting that we feel we're here to do. And we'll just embrace everybody's thoughts and questions and we'll just take that forward as a community. So anybody listening?
Love, love it.
Anybody listening? Hello. Woo!
Right.
I'm just going to tune my antenna in.
Right.
Anybody out there, just come and join us, come and hang out with us, and let's get this evolutionary kickstart underway with a laugh, for God's sake, with a laugh.
With a great laugh, yes.
With a great laugh.
Whale conversation. Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. Actually, as it happens, it's not whale, but I've got the dolphin. Alamera's essence here. I have got a whale, but I've got dolphin here right now. So I'm going to spray this for all of us into the aura and helping you to share with that vibration. And dolphin energy is all about communication. So seeing as that's what we're here to do,
sharing it.
We'll share that as we go into our dream state, and with whale and dolphin and all the cetaceans. Yeah, let's see what lovely wisdom they'll bring us and we can share out there.
Journey on.
All right, journey on. So you've told me not to do the Yoda 3 fingers because you think but I'm going to do it anyway. And just for everybody that I'm not giving the bird, I'm doing Yoda's 3 fingers. May the 4th. Oh my goodness. So see you next week, everybody.
Bye.
Blessed be. God bless.